Revolution! Ah! That's very much. That's from lawyer. Now that the police lawyer
What is it? Stop. Manage your people now.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see that guy. Hope you say go in like. Okay, that's somebody say you went to him like no wonder. When they charge people for useless, you see, putting out red dust on our go. They charge better.
Welcome.
Well done. That's everybody.
I didn't expect that.
Where are our charges now?
That's fine. Of course, we'll give you charges.
No.
Give him the money. Get those phone now. Keep going to. You have to move closer. Bend down.
As you are aware, we are not going into the charges because completely they are political charges, of course, and it's for the lawyers to react to the charges. Even if you see a copy of the charges, it will tell the story of the charges. It was so hurriedly done, they didn't even know how to spell my names correctly. They didn't put my age because there were no charges in the first place. This was just an attempt to continue the persecution of Sowore by the Buhari regime. So I just want to say Happy New Year because I didn't have the time to do that to Nigerians before I was arrested. But all rest assured that the struggle continues. And
So tell us how you sustain this bruise.
Yes, the policemen that were brought to where they claimed a protest was taking place just pounced on people. I came out of my car because I was covering the event and told them to stop beating people, and they pounced on me too and broke my nose. This was carried out by a mobile police officer who led about 7 vehicles loaded with mobile policemen, well armed. It was an attempt to tell him to stop brutalizing Nigerians in view of NSAS and the position of this country right now on police brutality, that they pounced on me to broke my nose. When they took me to the abattoir, I discovered that the Nigerian government has not ended SARS. They mobilized SARS officers to also beat us up and force us into detention at abattoir, one of the notorious SARS detention centers, where we've been since Friday.
Well, my reaction is very simple. We have a case, and the truth of the matter is that today is the first sitting day of court in FCT after the break, and that is exactly in line with the constitutional provisions. We have to come to court, and we are here. So, and they were being charged for criminal conspiracy, unlawful assembly, and then inciting public disturbance to the extent that somebody is calling that there should be a change of government by other means other than the constitutional. They approved the constitutional. How did you know when it was? It is an FIR. This is not charge. You must know the difference between a charge and an FIR. This first information report, it could be oral. You see, the constitutional provision is that you should take them to the court anytime the court, if there's any court at all that is sitting within the purview of their time of detention. And that is why I've told you that as far as we are concerned, in FCT here, the first opportunity of court sitting is only today. And that's why they are here before the court, for the court to take judicial notice of their presence. We have told the court why they are with us and why they are before the court. And the court has made a consequential order. And we are coming back tomorrow for the argument of a bail application. And we are always ready.
Mr. Sowore and the other good four, I can authoritatively tell you that they were arraigned today by the police in an attempt to deny them access to their lawyers. Mr. Desheba denied the fact that they hurriedly attempted arraigning the defendants today, Mr. Sowore and the other four. Well, they indeed arraigned Mr. Sowore without informing his lawyers. And when Mr. Sowore raised the objection as to the fact that under the Constitution, he has the right to legal representation, Mr. Idecheba who is the OC legal of the City Command, insisted that the court can proceed without Mr. Sowore and the other defendants having access to their lawyers. The courts took arguments and then decided that the issue of legal representation is a matter of constitutional right and obligation. So it was after the court insisted that the defendants must be represented by the lawyer of their choice, in line with the constitutional provision, that we were called, and we were in court to actually represent them. When we came to court, their pleas were taken. They were arraigned for unlawful assembly and incitement of public disturbance. As you may recall, some patriots between the 31st of December and the 1st of January 2021 staged a peaceful protest around Gudu area, and then they were rounded up and arrested and taken to the notorious SAS abattoir, where they were brutalized, tortured, and serious injuries were inflicted upon them. As I speak with you, Mr. Sowore has a broken nose, and he's still not been attended to. His health is still very precarious at the moment. Well, back to today's proceedings. Their pleas were taken today. They indeed pleaded not guilty to the charges. We wanted to move the court to grant them bail on self-recognizance, but the court felt it would be more appropriate for us to file a formal motion for bail. The court has instructed, the court has used its discretion in instructing that we file a formal application for bail, which will be mandated to file and serve on the prosecution today before 4 p.m. so that we can come back tomorrow by 11 a.m. and take the formal application for bail of the defendants.